We go on to a game called World's Worst. And this is for everybody. Step forward at the world's worst step and step forward again as you think of examples of the world's worst thing to say to your in-laws. Your current in-laws, your prospective in-laws, as you face it. I'll buzz and get the idea. Where you go?
I'd sleep with any of you, but, you know, she's closest to my age.
I just want to say, Mr. McDonald, Mrs. Hello.
Yes, I'm very much looking for... I hope you don't mind the hoof marks on the back of her neck, by the way.
I just want to say, Mrs. McDonald, Hello.
I'll tell you the most marvellous thing about your daughter, right? She goes like a bloody steam hammer. She really does.
I'm totally in love with her, and to prove it, I'm wearing one of her dresses.
Well, actually, I'm a variety entertainer. I sing through my buttocks.
When we are married, I want to plant a seed in her. Make a baby. And make a baby grow in her tummy.
Mr. McDonald, Mrs. McDonald, how are you doing? I'm so sorry to be at your grandmother's funeral. Hello!
Dear Mr. and Mrs. Johnson, I love your daughter so much. I want to have her man... They're coming. They're coming. I want her to have her...
Hello, my name's Clive.
And we're going to a game called Props. Colin and Ryan, I'm going to give you these items, because there's two of them, and you have to come up with many different ways of using it and time available. While at the same time, more or less, you have to, that's you, Mike and Tony, come up with ways of using that. I'll buzz as I get the idea of what you're doing. And starting over there, Ryan, Colin.
Oh, Stegosaurus!
Scrub here, scrub there, and a couple of lordy-daws.
Yes, I find I pot a lot more balls with this cue,
Very nice to meet you, sir. I'd like to marry your daughter, Priscilla.
Sell, I said sell.
We live in half a windmill.
Oh, King Kong, you made the Empire State Building wobble.
So I said to him, shag off, why didn't he go?
Colin, you're what we call over here a petrol pump attendant, maybe a gas station guy or something like that. Ryan, you're a woman who drives up, and you have to do this in this rather complicated game of narrating for each other. I think we even have some music to help you along. You have to describe what the other's doing. It makes sense sometimes. Where you go?
She drove into my gas station. She looked like she'd been under a car for 3 days. But there was something mystical, something alluring in those eyes. I knew I had to serve her. Did I fill her up?
Yeah, why don't you stick your hose in there and pump away? I knew he didn't remember me. Not since the operation. But he would soon.
There was something about that walk. Something reminded me of my best friend in school, Richard. We used to make fun of him. I wonder, could this be? Say, Richard.
Richard? Who in the hell is Richard?
My plan didn't work.
His plan almost worked.
move on to another game which is called Press Conference. This is for Tony Slattery. He's an important public figure and he's taking a press conference. All the others are journalists and I'm giving to them an envelope containing an interesting fact about Tony. Tony doesn't know what it is, but he has to work it out from the questions that are asked of him and possibly from the audience reaction as we go along. The audience can find out who he is by looking at the monitors and the same at home. Your TV seems to have the interesting fact flashed up in front of you. So, where you go, Tony, if you can work it out, you can win the whole game.
Well, first of all, welcome to you, Bob, Robert, especially Jane. Thanks for coming. I am, as you know, an important public figure, although you'd never guess from this very cheap hardboard lectern. Yes, first question.
I was wondering why you wanted to do this.
It's been a compulsion of mine since I was a young boy. Next.
Oh, did you have to use anything special?
Yes, glue and some feathers.
Oh, yes. At any time did you feel that you were in personal danger?
Most of the time, yes, but my bodyguard saw to it that I had an armoured hat.
Well, yes. Was there any special clothing you had to wear?
Rubberwear, mostly.
How do you think she'll change the face of science as we know it?
Radically, yes.
We understand you have a special name for him?
Yes, Bob. And you?
I hear you have nosebleeds when you're very high up. Was this a problem?
No, because I used a handkerchief. Oh. And, yes.
Is he really as hard to get along with as his first name indicates?
Answer the question! Yes! Yes! Yes!
I don't find him abominable at all.
Now, Greg has had some bad news. Can anyone suggest what that bad news might be?
Lost his puppy.
Lost his puppy? Oh, that's rather a sweet suggestion. I can't think of any smart-ass reply to that. It's such a sad... You've lost your puppy, Greg. So sing that to Mike and he'll sing back some advice. You
I lost my puppy, huh?
Yeah.
So what is it, baby?
Well, I woke up this morning, the bitch was gone. I left her out there on the front lawn. I got it for Christmas from my dad. It was the best little doggy that I ever had. I tried to feed him cat food late last night, and now the dog is gone. He's split, and I just don't feel right.
You treat him bad. How about that? He's a dog and you feed him like a cat.
Oh.
You take a bird and feed him hamburger. That's the worst thing you could do. The worst thing, my fur burger. Now that dog is gone. You're all alone. You're left with a